After you get saved, you may be wondering, what do I do now? Well, salvation isn't the end of anything, but it's actually the beginning of your relationship with Jesus. In this video, I will cover 3 things that it's very important to start doing just after you start getting saved, or just after you got saved. So, if you want to know how to improve your relationship with Jesus and you just got saved, or you've been saved for a while but you don't really feel like you have a relationship with Jesus, sit back, relax, let God speak through me, and all you have to do is just sit there and listen. The most important thing for your relationship with Jesus is prayer. Prayer is simply communication with God, like a conversation with God. If you want to know a bit more about what prayer is and how to do it, just click the link in the description. It's a video about how to pray and what is prayer. But basically, it's just a conversation with God. You need to be able to have communication with God. Because if you have a friend who you don't ever talk to, that's not a friend, that's an acquaintance. So don't let God be your acquaintance, but let God be your friend, your father. Have a relationship with him, not just an acquaintance, not just your path into heaven. So develop a habit of praying every single day. Just like if you want to have a relationship with a friend, you need to talk to them every single day. So talk to God every single day. Have prayer with him every single day, even if it's just a few words. But if you have been praying for a while, build up that habit of daily consistent prayer, what you should do is click the link in the description. I've actually made a full video about some tips that can help you improve your prayer life, some specific things to pray for, actually a 4-part little framework on something that you can pray every single day in such a way that it doesn't get boring, it doesn't get repetitive, but you can like swap out things so that you can pray to God in a more organized manner. So if you want to see that video, just click the link in the description. Community with other fellow believers is also extremely important. Like iron sharpens iron, but air doesn't sharpen iron. One piece of iron can't sharpen itself, so you need to have community and fellowship with other believers. There are a variety of places where you can find other believers to have fellowship with. At church is a very good place. Get more involved in your church or start going to one if you aren't already. Or there's other local communities in your area, I'm sure, that are Christ-based. For example, a Christian pickleball team or whatever, I don't know. Sky's the limit. I won't talk too much about fellowship. I've actually made a full video about fellowship and why it's important and some great ways to do it. And I'll leave that in the description. You're probably going to hear a lot of videos that are linked in the description just because I can't really flesh out everything about these 3 things in this one video. So I'm just going to link back to some of my prior videos that go more in depth. Finally, you need to start educating yourself about Jesus, about who Jesus is and how you can follow him in the best way possible. Let's go back to the friend analogy. If you have a friend who you don't know anything about, that's not a friend, that's an acquaintance. But the more you know each other, the more you know about each other, the deeper your relationship with them is, and the same thing is with God. The more you know about God, the deeper your relationship with him is going to be. God already knows everything about you, so it's your turn to start learning about him. A great place to learn about Jesus and how to follow him in the best way possible is in the Bible. If you're just starting out reading the Bible, what I would do is start out in the book of John. That's just a really good place to start. And it's actually one of the 4 Gospels. The Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, are like recountings they're recountings of Jesus' ministry and life on earth. So I would start reading in the book of John and then do Matthew, Mark, and Luke as well, so you can truly understand who Jesus is. Actually, I've made a full video about some Bible reading methods that can integrate into your daily routine more easily. Even if you have only like 5 minutes to spend in God's Word every single day, you can still use these methods that I have in this video, or in the video that I'm talking about. I'll link it in the description so that you can integrate a Bible reading habit no matter if you have an extremely busy schedule. This may sound like a bad thing, but it's not. You are always the bottleneck in your relationship with God. God is always perfect. God is always all-knowing. God is always the greatest he can possibly be. He doesn't change because he, since the beginning of time, has been the greatest he could possibly be. If he could snap his fingers and make you closer to him, he would have. And he would have done it already. But he hasn't. So we know that Jesus can't just be like, okay, you're automatically closer with me. So we are always the bottleneck. We always need to strive to become closer with Jesus. But this journey isn't your own. These journeys of fellowship with others, this journey of getting a better prayer life, this journey of learning about Jesus, and this journey of sanctification, growing closer to Jesus, these journeys are not your own to do on your own. They may seem daunting if you try to do them on your own, but that's why God is here. God is here to help you through these journeys. It's not your journey to do on your own, but it's God's journey to do through you. You are merely God's vessel. If you gained anything from this video, let me know in the comments or with a like or whatever. Actually, honestly, don't feel pressured to leave a like or a comment or anything. What you should do instead is pray to God in thankfulness that he spoke through me and that he put this video on your screen today. But if you want to point anything out, point out a mistake I made, I know I made some sort of mistake because I'm human, or if you want to add anything to the message of this video, or just want to let me know something, just leave it in the comments below. And with that, peace out and God bless.